Okay, let's practice our basic algebra skills. And what we're going to be doing here is taking a look at two-step equations. So I have this equation and this equation, and both of these equations involve precisely two steps. Okay, we should be able to solve them in exactly two steps, hence the name two-step equations. So when you're learning about equations, we start off with things like 2y's equal to 6. So this is an example of a one-step equation. I could solve this equation precisely in one step. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and just solve this. So if I'm solving for y, I would just divide both sides of the equation by 2. So y would be equal to 3, and I am done in one step. Okay, well, these equations here involve two steps. Okay, so you can see I have one that's really, really easy, and then this one has a little bit of a twist. So I'm kind of interested to see how many of out there can actually solve these equations. So if you think you could solve these, put this video on pause, and then put your answers in the comments section. Tell me what x is equal to, and then tell me what m is equal to. Then we'll see how you did here in just 1 second. So this is practice. Again, if you're learning algebra, you're struggling with equations, I'm going to give you a couple suggestions. One, I have a ton of videos on my pre-algebra and algebra playlist on my YouTube channel, and I teach this super thoroughly in my pre-algebra and algebra courses in my MathHelp program, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about in just 1 second because I'm going to introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. And again, I have this awesome MathHelp program. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description of this video, but basically, I have math courses ranging from pre-algebra to pre-calculus and everything in between. So if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level in terms of mathematics, I can help you excel in those respective courses. If you're going to be taking any exam that has math on it, so things like the GED, HiSET, TASC, GRE, GMAT, SAT, ACT, CLEP exam, AccuPlacer, ALEX exam, maybe a teacher certification exam, maybe a nursing school entrance exam. You get the idea. There's so many exams out there. I can help you prepare and pass those exams. If you homeschool, it's absolutely critical you check out my homeschool math program. Super comprehensive. I think you'll really like what you see there. And if you don't have any math notes, don't panic just yet. You definitely need notes because what are you going to study from? You can use my math notes. I'm going to leave links to the description to my notes leave the links in the description of this video to my math notes. But you need to take great math notes, okay? If you want to have a great math grade, you need to take awesome math notes. That's just the bottom line. Believe me, I've been teaching math for decades. And if you take these great math notes, you're like, okay, let me just start taking better math notes. You'll thank me later. You'll be like, wow, it really does work. Okay, so let's get into this two problems here. We're just going to do these two for this particular video. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video, work on them they'll literally take you about 15 seconds each to do if you know what you're doing. But if you don't want to see the answers, go ahead and pause it and put your answers into the comment section. But let's start off with the easier problem here. 2x plus 1. Okay, so again, this is a two-step equation. So it's going to require me to do two steps. So let's just kind of real quick define what these two steps are when you are doing these two-step equations. So what should be the first step? Well, the first step is you're going to deal with adding or subtracting a number to both sides of the equation, okay? And then your last step is you're going to either be dividing by both sides of the equation or multiplying, okay? So let's go ahead and see how this works. So here I have this 2x, I have the 2 in front of the x. I want to solve for x, but I can't solve for x yet because I have this plus 1. I really want to get 2x by itself. So I'm like, boy, I got this 2x plus 1. I want 2x by itself. So we can say, you know what? I want to get rid of this 1. Now here's the kind of the big picture deal when you're solving equations. You want to have all your variables on the left-hand side, all your variable terms. In this case, 2x would be an example of that. And then we put all of our numbers on the right-hand side. But I have a number over here on the left-hand side, and I have a number on the right-hand side, so I got to fix this up. So how can I move this 1 over to the other side? Well, let's just get rid of it, this 1 on the left-hand side. So, I'm going to subtract you away. I'm going to get rid of you. And stylistically, there's different ways to do this, but just follow my way. Believe me, it's the best way for you. You don't want to do it this way, or I'll just show you 2x plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 9 minus 1. You'll see this taught sometimes. That's okay. with real basic equations, but when you start doing more sophisticated equations, you can't work horizontally. You'll want to work vertically. Okay, so here's the deal. If I want to get rid of this 1 on the left-hand side, the main rule in algebra is, and when you're solving equations, is whatever you do to one side of an equation, you have to do to the other side, okay? Equations are like a balance scale, okay? So if I want to subtract a 1 over here, no problem, okay? But I got to subtract a 1 over there. I got to keep this thing in balance. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides of the equation, okay? Then, after you do that, this doesn't break the equation. I'm going to add down in a column manner. So 2x plus nothing is 2x, plus 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay, so now, of course, we'd want to write this. Let me go and erase this a little bit better. When you're actually doing this, you would want to put you would show your work like this. 2x is equal to 8. Okay, you don't need to put a 0 there or have your 2x hanging out over there. You kind of want to bring everything nice and tight. So now at this point, this is a nice one-step equation. Okay, so we just added or subtracted. That was our first step. We subtracted 1 from both sides of the equation. And so now our second step is we want to either divide or multiply something by both sides of the equation. In this case, we're going to go ahead and divide both sides of the equation by 2. Okay, so if you don't understand what I'm doing here with these basic one-step equations, you want to review my other videos on one-step equations in my pre-algebra playlist on my YouTube channel, or just sign up for my pre-algebra or algebra course. So now I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, so that would be 1x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 1x is equal to 4, but we never really write like 1x. Okay, that's the same thing as just x. Okay, when you have like y, there's a 1y there. If you have x, there's a 1 there. No need to write that 1. So really we're just left with x is equal to 4, and that is the solution to this equation. Okay, so if you got this right, outstanding. Let me give you a happy face and a couple check marks. But let's see how you did on this next problem. Okay. All right, so this one is more interesting because it has some negative numbers, and it has this little fraction here. We love fractions. You know, when you see fractions, don't get scared. I know a lot of students are like, fractions, you know, they just freak out. Listen, you got to, like, you know, control the problem. Fractions are numbers too, and they are everywhere with algebra. But let's go ahead and follow the same steps here. So step number 1, we're going to add or subtract something. And then step number 2, we're going to multiply or divide something. Okay, so again, two-step equations. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get this variable term all by itself on the left-hand side. And I can do that, but I got to get rid of this number on the left-hand side. I have to get all my numbers. Remember, I want all my variables on the left and all my numbers on the right. So in order to do that, I got a -6 here, so I need to do the opposite of it. Okay, so I got a -6, you're going to add 6. So whatever the sign is, if this is +6, you're going to subtract 6. Here I have a -6, I'm going to add 6 to both sides of the equation. Remember, you want to keep things in perfect balance. That is the #1 rule when you're solving equations in algebra. So we're going to add 6 to both sides of the equation. And let me go ahead and show you this now. When we add down in a column manner, I get 2/3 m plus nothing is 2/3 m. -6 plus 6 is 0, so that just goes away on the left-hand side. And then -2 plus 6 is a +4. Okay, so this is where we're at right here. Okay, so how do I get m by itself? Now, some of you out there might be saying, well, can I just divide both sides of the equation by 2/3? Yes, you can. Okay. What you're effectively doing, and this what I'm going to show you here, is essentially doing this. But this can be kind of confusing for students. What's the objective when we're solving an equation? Well, we want to just get m by itself. Okay, I want to get m, or 1m, and then whatever this number is on the right-hand side. That's the objective, right? I have this 2/3, but I want 1m. So how can I get rid of this 2/3 and turn it into a 1? Well, anytime you see a fraction, here's the awesome thing. Just flip it upside down. So if I flip that fraction, 3/2, and I multiply fractions, when you multiply, it's the numerator times numerator over the denominator times denominator. This is actually 6/6, which is 1. Okay, so that is the deal. When you see a fraction, what we call a coefficient, just flip it upside down and multiply both sides of the equation by that what we call the reciprocal, and you'll get the answer. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here I have 2/3 m. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. In other words, I'm going to flip this 2/3 upside down. So that's 3/2. I'm going to multiply on the left-hand side. I'm also going to multiply that 3/2 on the right-hand side. So now I have 4 times 3 is, of course, 12. And this is over 1. And that will be what? 1 times 2 is 2, which is 6. Or you could have seen, oh, 2 goes into 4, 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Either way, the variable here, m, is equal to 6. All right, now, if in fact you got both of these problems right, then you're kind of like a superstar. I must go ahead and give you an awesome 1984 Mohawk, an A+, 100%. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a few extra stars so you can feel extra special today, but that's pretty impressive stuff. Okay, now this is basic algebra, but you know, you got to get the foundations down to really build a strong house of algebra. There's nothing worse than, you know, having a home, you know, built on a weak foundation. Right, here's a little house right there. These foundations in mathematics are extremely important, and most students, they just don't understand how important this is, because if your foundation is shaky, all these other math skills and everything, you know, you're trying to build, you know, if you're just not gonna, it's gonna get harder and harder and harder and harder. And then unfortunately what happens is people get to a level of math where it just all kind of collapse. You don't want to let that happen to you. You want to build super strong foundations, and then you just build the next step to your math house, if you will. All these are skill sets, okay? And I'm kind of using this little graphical, you know, metaphor to kind of show you this, but it really is true, okay? Learning math is like one skill at a time. So master one thing at a time. And if you don't understand something, you need to ask questions. You need to get help. There's nothing in math that you can kind of ignore, be like, yeah, that's not so important. I'll probably never see it again, and just kind of wish it away. That's not how math works. You will definitely see it. But anyways, if this video was a nice, helpful review for you, go ahead and consider smashing that like button. That would be awesome for me. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. Been on YouTube for 10+ years, have over 1,000+ math videos, basic math to advanced math like calculus, arithmetic, pre-algebra. I do everything. My goal is to try to teach math in a clear and understandable way. So if you like my teaching style, please take advantage of the content that I have in these various math playlists. And I'm posting math videos like all the time. But my best math help will always be within my math help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.